Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on North Dakota Today on this Thursday. Friday Eve, as Chris likes to call it. Our last day here in the studio for the week, because tomorrow we are hitting the road.
We're going to be at Target Field getting you ready for the big Bison game on Saturday. As we all know, we've got the Farmers Union Insurance Bison football pregame show, but I'm pretty stoked. I was just asking Lisa, because apparently this is like on the down low for tomorrow. What's going on? She's like, man, we've got such a stacked show.
I know. Well, I kind of thought that, I overbooked, over-requested, thinking that, people would say no, and everybody said yes. So, it's a good problem, but we have a really full show. And actually, just yesterday, we got a one-on-one with Coach Entz. He's got kind of the scoop. Yep. We have Marcus Williams. We've talked about him, former Bison.
Nice.
Pro Bison. We're going to be checking out his new restaurant. We have the team doc who's willing to come on early, talk a little bit about taking care of the team, and then some really cool people from Target Field. We're going to talk to the groundskeeper. I heard today I'm going there, and they said, you'll see them painting the lines on the field. I feel like I'm going to have a hard time comprehending. A lot of people have gone to Target Field for baseball. I just don't get it. They keep telling me I can look at diagrams, but I don't get it. I want to see it. How are you going to have a football field at Target Field? It's baseball.
They'll get it done. The Raiders have done it. I'm sure you've seen the great hockey things where they put the hockey stadiums right in the middle of the big football arenas. And so that's what they get paid to do. It's going to be fun to watch in Twinkie Stadium.
And they're taking out all the Twins, uniforms, all the stuff out of their locker room. And it's going to be all green and gold, the same locker rooms. So hopefully we'll get to kind of check that out as well. They'll just be empty lockers, but we'll see the locker rooms that some of the Twins greats, and actually talk to some pretty big wigs with the Twins organization as well. Because by the way, the Twins are having a pretty good year.
Yes, they are.
It's we're very football focused, but we're going to talk a little bit about how the Twins are doing tomorrow as well. So
they're in a pennant race. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's kind of like you're like, well, next year will be the year. Well, this year could be the year. So now maybe the Vikings. This year will be the year. Okay, let's start with the Twins.
Yeah, let's get to the Twinkies first, and then if the Vikes are the Vikes, you know what I mean? You always think, okay, we're going to get there, and then they just somehow throw an interception, or they call it. They have 12 men on the field when they're in New Orleans. You're like,
how do you even make these mistakes?
I can't even think about it. I think about it, I just get sick.
It's like Vikings fans just love the
I know, right?
Punishment. That's how it goes. Oh, but let's bring it back to football. We were all talking about this, buzzing this morning about Carson Wentz, and I know you saw this on Twitter as well. Carson Wentz hooking up his old coaching staff at NDSU with some new headphones. Take a listen.
Carson.
Coach Hens, how we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Real quick, on behalf of Bose and myself, we wanted to present to you and the rest of the coaching staff these sweet Bose headsets for Saturdays this year. Hopefully it's something. I know how loud it gets in that Fargo Dome, and these bad boys cancel out the sound. They do great things, so hopefully it should help you guys go win another natty.
Hey, I appreciate it. I know our staff will be super excited to have it.
Yeah, you bet, man. Hopefully we'll see you soon, and hopefully see you guys rocking these things on Saturdays.
Oh, you will for sure. Thanks again. I appreciate your involvement with our program.
Absolutely. We'll see you, Coach.
You bet. Take care, Carson.
Bye-bye.
I do love that they are that was obviously, he knew that phone call was coming, but I love that they're still friends, that Carson is not going to forget his, Bison family, no matter what.
Hey, once a Bison, always a Bison. What I was waiting for and hoping for is Coach Entz being like, hey, Carson, really appreciate the headphones, but what I really want to know is how do I rock one of those gold jackets?
I know. We noticed that right away, too. I was thinking, because we were joking, Kyle Emanuel is going to be on the show with us tomorrow, and former football player.
Is he going to have a gold jacket?
And our producer, Cordell, I think, is the one who said we should get him one of those, yell leader jackets. And I was like, football players can't wear those because they're too muscular. That would never look good on him. I actually talked about that for way too long. And then there's Carson Wentz, totally sporting one of those yell leader, yellow jacket. He looked good.
Can we play it one more time, Tony, please?
I think we have just a little VO we could talk.
See if this is sort of prescient for anything that you see when we.
Are we looking specifically? This is the tweet, so it's going to get to the video here.
So when you see that video, does it give you a sense of prescience for anything that you can think of that might be important for Carson Wentz? the Hall of Fame jackets are yellow. So maybe he's saying, hey, look,
I did not
here
know
I
where
am
you were
getting ready
going
for
there.
my Hall of Fame. So that would be outstanding. That would fit him very,
This
very well.
marketing is genius because now I want those headphones so I can look like the coaching team. Like, how does he pull off that yellow jacket, really? And even, like, you know, with red hair, I wouldn't think that, but it looks good.
Since
Carson
you
can wear anything
apparently
now.
had the hookup with Coach Entz, maybe you can do the show tomorrow in Bo's headphones. See if he'll bring his headphones with him.
Right?
Yeah. You could pretend like you're in the box, right? Doing the game.
He did give me my own Bose, so I can, when I'm at the game, just be listening to all. So, you know, if you
All the
want to know
plays.
what the plays are in advance and, you know, any updates, I wish. Not quite the case. But how cool is that?
I think it's awesome.
I love Carson Wentz. We could talk about him all day long. Let's talk about Carson Wentz all day. No, let's go back to the Bison playing on Saturday, of course. We're still talking about our pregame show, an hour and a half as well, starting at 1:30. You mentioned that, the Farmers Union Insurance Bison football pregame show. Very excited to hear what Beth and Alex have set up. They've been working like crazy as well. And every time someone comes in, actually, our guests asked me before I could ask them today. We have at least one guest in the studio today who's going to be at the Bison game.
Nice.
As well. And I know a lot of people, I think Abby Furchner said she's going to be going to the cities, and I think we're going to see a lot of people.
I do too.
I'm having a hard time getting my group to actually commit to what we're going to do. We're going to be talking about the alumni group is actually putting on a Pep Fest tomorrow night. So we got to talk about whether you're going to go to the Pep Fest.
Go
There's
out
that
of town.
pre-concert tour. There's now apparently there's like big tailgating lots that you can buy tickets and eat and drink inside of them. And like I said, we have Marcus Williams on. He's going to be having like a pre and post game bash and bringing
At
on
his
some
place.
of his at his place breakfast bar, which I think is just a couple blocks away
Nice.
from Target Field. And I was looking at one of his tweets. I think he's bringing some of his former players there too, so you can watch the game or hang out with
Yeah.
some, you know, champion Bison football players. He
Some
knows what
natty
he's doing.
winners.
He also knows how to market. What did you say? Did you say you're going to drink some Natter Days?
No. When Carson was like, hey, coach, here's these headphones. Hopefully to help you win another natty. That's what they call them, is win a natty.
I
So
thought
you can hang out with a
you were
bunch of-
saying Natter Days. I was like, you
bunch of
drink Natter
natty-
Days? How do you even know what that is? I was like,
A bunch
wow,
of
I was
natty
impressed.
winners.
Natties.
What
Yeah.
are Natter Days? I don't think I've ever even heard of that.
It's, you know, you didn't even know what it meant when the mountains were blue. So it's like I feel like every day I'm having to teach you. It's beer. It's like a lemonade beer.
A Natter Day is?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
All right. You maybe have some this weekend.
I was going to
Bison game.
say.
Okay. Chris does yoga. This is kind of your workout of choice, isn't it?
Let's see what we
Sometimes?
got here. Yeah, I love
Well,
yoga.
I don't know if you have any fails like this. This is actually, it's kind of scary, but now has people talking about it. A college student survived an 80-foot fall after practicing.
What?
She survived, but she was practicing an extreme yoga pose on her building's 6th-floor balcony. According to the New York Post, the 23-year-old was known to do yoga on her apartment's balcony, often using the guardrail as a prop for extreme poses, but the risky move nearly cost her life. She slipped and landed on the pavement outside of her building. Apparently she's done this a lot before. 11-hour procedure, though, to reconstruct her legs, like so many broken bones. I guess, so this is the conversation that started after this, like the extreme measures people will go to, you know, get
practice
viral.
yoga? Oh, to go-
I was going to say to go viral, you know, because she was doing this to get attention. I don't know that extreme measures, like she was getting in better shape because she was doing it up on the 6th floor. Do you do that, like from the rooftop of your house, extreme
Not
yoga
from the
poses?
rooftop, no. But, you know, when you do headstands, man, that's a dangerous move, even if you're a vet, you know what I mean? And so to do it when you've got a chance to fall 80 feet, it's just,
That was crazy.
yeah, that
Okay.
was...
Well, don't do it from your rooftop.
Don't do it from your
because,
rooftop.
Apparently, it's very dangerous. So we were also reading about this. And did you have an imaginary friend when you were a kid?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. But apparently, a new study out of the UK says kids are not having imaginary friends anymore, and they're blaming.
I was just going to say, why
this
would they
stuff.
need one of those?
They don't have imaginations anymore. Apparently, they said around 48% of 1,000 nursery children were reported not seeing. So that's like 50-50. I don't think my children had imaginary friends, but it was an interesting study that came out, and of course, yeah.
And they
Why do
attribute it to these, I presume? Yeah.
They don't have to use their imagination anymore.
You got it right in front of you 24/7.
I like reward my girls when I see them in their rooms, especially Bailey, who's 7, playing Barbies and like playing, because that's using your imagination. I absolutely love it. She has some friends now who come over and I'll hear them like using their voices, and like being creative. And I'm like, I just absolutely love that. But
well, we were talking the other day, if you go and you read about what's going on in Silicon Valley, I mean, all the people that create this stuff, their kids aren't playing with it. Their kids are playing with, toys and boxes and sandboxes. And they're like, no iPhone, no iPad for you. So if they're creating it and not letting their kids play with it, I think that's pretty telling.
So talking about kids and then going on to college, what are the most valuable things you can major in? We have the list. I don't think Mass Comm is at the top of this list. Naval architecture and marine engineering, number 1 most valuable major. Nuclear engineering, pharmacy. Oh, pharmacy was at number 3. Genetics and electrical engineering round out the top 5. What was your degree in?
Psychology. Yeah.
That's right up there with Mass Comm.
I loved it though.
Art, psychology. I know, I liked psychology. I loved sociology. I still feel like I bring up stuff from my, sociology classes. Like, this is what I learned,
But I mean, unless you're an engineer, how often do you actually get a degree and go, oh, that's going to be my job for the next 40 years? It just doesn't happen. So, I tried econ, and I was like, this is so boring. And then I got into psych, and I had this amazing professor. And
you
I was
quit
like, I'm into
skipping
this.
classes because you're interested. So at least you finished.
Exactly. It was like, oh, wait, I want to kind of go to this class. And when I saw myself saying that, I was like, okay, I'm into this. This is good.
Well, that's all that matters. That's what your parents wanted to hear, for sure. Talking about going to school and back to school, we have Best Buy coming up next. We're going to be talking about tech and all the cool tech that kids do need for the classroom, not just for YouTube when they get home. Stay with us. We'll be right back.